evening, everybody, on this very cold and wet Friday in England. Well, as I have mentioned, I would like to try and do daily readings with you, and I might not always get to the daily ones, but I'm going to do as many as I possibly can just to help us all through this time. And you might tune in, and it might be something that you are needing to hear. Maybe whatever I'm saying doesn't necessarily resonate with you, but on the other hand, you could tune in and it could be something that you're needing to hear, might help you on your journey, or it might help you at that particular point in time. So I thought it quite apt to do possibly a little collective love reading today. So I'm going to draw 3 cards from my Rider deck. I use the Rider-Waite deck tarot cards, and see if you can pick up anything from this. See what the tarot is wanting to tell us about love. This could be whether you are single, whether you are married, whatever the situation is, it's a love reading, and hopefully you will gain something from this. So I'm going to just do a little bit of shuffling here and see what's going to happen. So bear with me. We're going to choose 3 cards. I hope you are all well today. I hope you have had a good week. And I hope that you are looking forward to the weekend ahead. Right, so I have my 3 cards. The first card that I have drawn is the 9 of Swords. So I want you to have a look at this card. It looks like somebody has just almost woken up from a nightmare, and they are looking quite exhausted and worried, and there are 9 swords on the wall. So in terms of relationship, this could be that you are in a relationship where you are possibly arguing a lot at the moment, where things aren't right in the home. You could just be bickering, or could be something far more serious. And this is a wake-up call that you need to possibly talk more, sort out what the problem is. Possibly it's a relationship that you shouldn't be in. If you are single, I would interpret this card, please forgive me, I would interpret this card as you are afraid of past experiences. You're afraid to possibly get involved again because you've had a really bad experience in your past. So this is a situation in the first card I've drawn that there is possibly some trouble in your relationship, whether you are single, your relationship with yourself, issues you might have that are possibly blocking you from letting love into your life again. And maybe if you are in a relationship, in a marriage, you're wanting to sort things out, this is the card that's telling you now is the time to possibly be talking more and not being so overwhelmed with feelings. The second card I've drawn is the Queen of Wands. Actually, let me just go into a little bit more on the 9 of Swords for you, just to see if there is something in here that you could actually relate to. So in the upright position, which this card was in, the 9 of Swords is a card that represents self-defeat. So you might be feeling very unhappy in the relationship, stressed, overwhelmed, and burdened. It could be financially, possibly one of you is carrying the financial burden more than the other. You may also feel that there's not much you can do to fix the situation, but don't worry, because no matter what the situation is at home or regarding your health and at work, there's always a way to overcome your emotions. So don't lose despair. The second card I've chosen is actually a really lovely card, and it is the Queen of Wands. And this card is a more positive card. So remember, we're doing a love reading here. So the Queen of Wands basically is is a positive omen for those seeking answers surrounding their physical or emotional health. In a love reading, the Queen of Wands is definitely a very, very positive card to get. And I would see it as something that you are working on your relationship. You are both working towards something positive and you're communicating more. It also could represent the need for love and appreciation in your life. So maybe one of you is feeling less appreciated than the other. It can also be a good sign for fertility. So if you're wanting a child, if you're wanting to fall pregnant, now's the time to go for it, basically. The likelihood is very promising. And if you're single, the Queen of Wands advises you to connect with someone of similar interests. So get out there, go to meetup groups, socialize more, do all those things if you are single. The third card is the Empress. And this is also actually a very, very positive card. She's sitting again on her throne. And I think yesterday, I actually drew the Empress as well. That was also part of our global reading that I did yesterday. And the Empress basically is a card that is extremely positive, and it can bring strong bursts of creative or artistic energy. Basically, what she would tell you in a love reading is go forth and nurture. There's abundance, love each other. There's so much positivity around this particular card. I'm just going to read through something that I saw here that is very apt. So basically, nature, focusing on vibrations, and physical activity are all connected to an Empress-influenced reading. So it can mean so many things. Remember, initially we started out with the Nine of Swords, which was disharmony and unhappiness, basically, in relationships. But with the Empress, she tells you to be kind to yourself as well and search for beauty and happiness in all your life. Dancing, singing, cooking, giving love, and waiting to receive love are all ways to connect with yourself. These have been our 3 cards, just a brief reading for you all. So if you are feeling overwhelmed and it's really tough at the moment in your relationship, start loving one another more and communicating. If you are single, let go of the past, let go of past hurts. And the Empress is going to come along and you will be nurturing each other. You could possibly be in a new, beautiful relationship if you are single. And just be positive. And that's it for today. And I hope you have a beautiful weekend ahead of yourself. And see you soon.